what's up everyone? Wazoo back here with another tutorial on Server Saturday, Super Server Saturday. I don't know. I'll come up with some name for it. It's as part of my 30 and 30 project. I'm challenging myself to come up with some YouTube content every single day of July 2021. So if you're not subscribed already, then hit that subscribe button and follow along for the fun. I think it's going to be a great time. The first couple of days have gone pretty good. So in this tutorial, I want to go through using Bootstrap 5 into a Rails 6 project. This is meant to be like a starter template project. So once we finish, we've got something that you can just clone for future Rails 6 projects. And then you won't have to go through this beginner, well, it's not really beginner, but through this initial setup work. That's a better way of saying it. This initial setup work of installing Bootstrap 5 and getting everything working. So without further ado, let's get started. So on the command line on my Windows 11 machine, I have Ruby 267 and I've got Rails 6.1 something, 6.14. Okay, so everything looks set up on that end. So let's do a Rails new Rails Bootstrap 5 starter. You know what? Let's just call it Rails starter. I think that's a good idea. Rails starter, and let's configure a database to equal Postgres. Okay, so we're creating our application. We are letting it, okay, we can see right away Rails Webpacker install is being run, which is great. Fantastic. While this is installing, I'll just point out the fact that I'm running this on native Windows 11, not through Windows Subsystem for Linux, which I do like. I'm not saying I don't like it, I do like it. I should actually install it and do some future videos on there. But for right now, I've just I mostly use Scoop as my Windows package manager, which is a really slick utility. Definitely a time saver, and it just works. Everything I need to run in the environment, it's really great, and it's really great at managing versions of things. So when I'm running different versions of Java, for example, for Minecraft. Anyways, okay, let's go into our Rails starter. And let's do a Git Status to see where we are. Okay, everything looks kind of ready. Before we touch anything, let's start it up and see what we get. I'm hoping we can do it without running that initial DB migrate. And let's see, what do they call it now? Sweetnighter. Oh, very cool. Used to be, what, llamas in pajamas? How long ago was that? Okay. Nope. So it is going to need some database. Okay. Some database call. I wonder if we can comment that out. Okay. So let's go into, not that I don't want to set up a database support, but let's go into let's see. Can we comment it out in our environment? No. At least none that I can see. Okay, so in our database YAML, we've got, okay. So, cut to me. Starting up, let's see. Let's do PG admin. Okay, I guess we're setting this up for Postgres. Let's see how it works. This is going to be great. It's going to be great. Hope you're having a good day, everyone. Hope it's going well. Oh, let's have some more tea. still really boiling hot here in the Northwest, but it is for a lot of other people as well, so I sympathize. Okay. So if I can remember my master password, let's see here. Is that right? Oh, okay. Okay, look at all those projects. So let's call this one Rails Starter Development. Okay. So let's do we'll create a new role, Rails Starter Development. And I usually just have the password as the login. Login for Rails. Okay, so definition, so password, yeah. Here. You know what? I'm just going to make the password because I'm going to forget. Okay, so privileges. Super user no, can login yes. You need it for the command line stuff, create roles and databases. Okay. So it is Rails Starter Development right there. Okay. And then actually what we should do, let's go back and just rename this as Rails Starter, because it's going to be used for both development and testing. Rails Starter login for Rails. Okay, and maybe, I don't know if you need to enter the password again. Let's try it out. Okay, Rails Starter. And then let's create a new database. Rails Starter Development. And the user will be Rails Starter. And test what? Local dev database for Rails Starter. Pretty cool. Okay, so we don't have to do anything else, and we can just leave it. In fact, I don't even think we need to create that. I wonder if it'll break now. Anyway, so username Rails Starter, password. Pretty high tech. Obviously, of course, when you push this into production, you may not want to do that. Okay, port, localhost, everything is the same there. Okay, so let's do where am I? Where's my window? Oh yeah, I did lose my terminal window. Okay, so let's do a Rails DB migrate. DB migrate. No, that wasn't it. So Rails DB migrate. Let's see if that works. Usually I see something, but let's... Okay, oh, okay. Rails S, let's start it up. Start it up, okay. Now this has got to work. Hooray, we're on Rails, okay. Now we can get to the rest of this, which is what I actually wanted to start with. That's pretty cool though, because we got a leg up in working with Active Record, which we won't be using this video, but maybe the next one. Okay. Okay, we don't need this. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to use is we are going to pull in Bootstrap, not through the gem file. We're going to pull it in through npm. So let's terminate our server and let's get this into Git already. Okay, whoops. Git commit, initial commit. Yeah, y'all type that as your first message. Can't be just me. Okay. So what we're going to do is Bootstrap 5 no longer requires jQuery. So we can just do a yarn add Bootstrap, and then a popper.js. I wonder if we can just get away with popper core. Let's try that. Okay. Popper.js core Bootstrap. Okay. So now in our view, where am I? It's a little bit hard in this giant font. In our application HTML, we need to add a style sheet script tag, which will reference our new bundle that we'll be making. So style sheet in Webpack. Pack tag application, and then media all, and then data turbo links track reload. So pretty much the same, very similar to the other, to this other line that you see above, the style sheet link tag. Okay, so we're creating a pack tag. Okay, so this means that it'll pull in, Webpacker will pull in the content from the app JavaScript packs folder. So let's create that. Right into packs. Okay. Okay, I wonder if we have to do anything there. Okay. App JavaScript style sheets. Okay. So now we've got to create a new folder under JavaScript called style sheets. Okay, and then within there, we are going to be adding a SAS file, application.scss. Okay, and then we will be adding an import to our Bootstrap. Okay. Packs. Okay. Import Bootstrap. And then import style sheets application to reference our SAS file. Now I think we don't need this because we've got it in our, this one, import Bootstrap. Oh, but we want, okay. So this is for referencing the JS portions of Bootstrap. Sorry, that's what we're doing there. So we've got to add a reference to the JavaScript JavaScript utilities that are in Bootstrap, as well as pulling in the SAS style sheet, which has the Bootstrap styles reference. Okay. Now let's go ahead and start up our application, Rails S. Okay, let's see what we got going here. Okay, so we should see I wonder if we'll be able to tell through the network. Nope. Mini profile stuff is blocked. Okay, so this is the default stuff. Okay, so maybe what we got to do is actually add some content. Let's first update our, let's add this to our brand or our Git package. Updated Bootstrap and SAS. Okay. So now we've got our basic So what we'll do here is let's go ahead and go back to our layout, and let's just put in some let's put in a default page. How about that? I like that. Okay, so let's do a Rails generate, like a static page, right? Controller pages. Okay, so we're going to be generating a static page controller with the help of the Rails generate command. Okay. So let's go into our controllers. Okay. So we want to do a define an index, which will then just show a, let's go into our views, layouts, pages, and let's create a new file in our pages. Okay, I'll go back, I'm sorry. I blasted through that really fast. So if we open up our pages controller, what we want to do is we want to define an index method. So basically a method that we're going to use as a home page. So we've created a pages controller, which we're going to be using as a static controller. And then the default route we're going to call index. And then Ruby will come here, Rails will come here. It'll see that we've defined this controller and this index method, and then it'll return an our index view. So let's get a index html.erb file going, and then we're just going to call it like welcome. Like, this is very primitive, extremely primitive. Okay, and then so what we're going to do is, to make it the default route, we are going to go into our routes.db file, and then I think it's, I always forget the syntax. Route something. Okay, so route to, and then it's going to be pages index. I think that's the way to do it. Okay, let's see if that was the right incantation of Rails. So basically we're defining a root route, which is the default route. So when we come here for the first time, we should refresh, and we should see welcome, if I've got everything correctly. I noticed that, I don't know if you can see it, but Webpacker is compiling, which means I'm hitting the page somewhere. And okay, go away. Am I hitting the right page? Welcome. Okay, it's hidden by the lovely. Okay, but we have the right file. We have the right thing. How do I not see the? Okay, I'm really sorry. See, look, if we look in our text here, welcome is here, and I'm sorry, the timing stuff is blocking our view. I wonder if I can, what it looks like in Chrome. Okay, you know what? Let's look it up in Brave. That's kind of annoying. Why would they do that? Oh, here too. Okay, I can see welcome. Okay, you know what? Let's update the view. And let's go back to our view, and let's make this an H1. H1 welcome. And then welcome to your Rails 6 and Bootstrap 5 app. Okay, /p. Let's do this. Okay. Let's go back to Brave. And we get welcome. Welcome to Rails 6 and Bootstrap. Okay, so let's open our Rails tools, not Rails tools, our browser tools, and let's verify that we're working with Bootstrap CSS. Okay. Let's see, git reboot Bootstrap. Okay, awesome. It looks like we're referencing our Bootstrap CSS. Okay, so this was a first tutorial, or your first tutorial, on getting a very bare bones starter template app up and running on Rails 6 with Bootstrap 5. I wanted to keep this as small as possible, and that way in future videos we can just reference this one and build on it for every single one that we do, which would be a lot more easier than going through some of these install things again. So I'm gonna shut down the server down and add it to Git and commit away. Added static pages controller. Cool. Okay. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you were able to learn something in setting up Rails 6 and Bootstrap 5 on your own. Like I say, this should be a handy starter to start a new project with. This is day 3 in my 30 and 30 series that I'm doing over the month of July 2021. I'm attempting to create some content every single day of July, so I would love some feedback. I would love to just help people out as they're learning whatever it is I'm talking about. So if you've got any feedback, if you want to share what I'm doing, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you get notified every time I publish a video, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone. Peace.